What did Princess Diana complain about the most? It was that her husband was not supportive of her. Was that her husband did not support her emotionally when she was going through her emotional issues. She did not know very much about the job, not the institution. There's a big difference. Princess Diana knew all about the institution, but not about the job that was expected of her. That he didn't support her with that he didn't prepare her for that he was not there for her when she was going through her mental health struggles. Does this sound familiar to you now? Right now? Yes, because Meghan Markle is saying she's trying desperately to turn her situation like that of Princess Diana by turning Harry into a man who did not prepare her for royal life, who didn't know anything about royal life, by saying that Harry was not there. He didn't do anything when she threatened to kill herself, when she said that Harry promised to protect her, and yet he couldn't. So she's basically saying that Harry's just like his father, who did nothing for her. So when she says, I was not only, shown through the wolves, I was fed to the wolves. She's saying that Harry fed her to the wolves, because that's going to be the headline of her divorce when she divorces his ass. He fed me to the wolves. He did not prepare me for royal life. I did not know anything about it. When I wanted to kill myself, he wasn't there for me. And the stupid idiot has gone on record and admitted to it. And also with this thing, Live to Lead, is a bunch of deception by the Mandela family, and who took people who gave their interviews in good faith and sold it. Okay? And what's happening now is that Meghan Markle, if you went to their Netflix show, because it's a show, they portray the royal family as white supremacists who are evil for the Commonwealth. And now, by using a South African, the Mandela Foundation in New Zealand, all Commonwealth, part of the Commonwealth, they're saying we're the good part, we are the good thing for the Commonwealth, not them. Just like Harry said, that even though Prince William was born to do that, he can do the better job. They're the best people for the Commonwealth, not the royal family who are white supremacists. And yes, Meghan is trying desperately to portray Harry as Prince Charles, who never supported her, who didn't prepare her, and, didn't protect her. What do you guys think? Hello, beautiful people. Apologies for not doing videos. It's just that if you follow me, or if you're a new subscriber, those who follow me know that I have lupus, and those who are new, I have lupus. So I get flare-ups, and it's not pleasant. Apologies for looking like a mess. But I am wearing lipstick. But then again, I don't like to wear makeup. So thank you for liking, sharing, subscribing. Thank you for coming to listen to what I have to say, or listening to my opinions, and for the comments you leave, because it shows that you're engaging. So don't forget to like, share, subscribe. I appreciate all the super thanks and the donations to the channel. Thank you very much. It's very welcome, and welcome back. And yes, let's see what we had to talk about this video, and it's actually pretty sad. Netflix said that they signed up Harry and Meghan Markle, and this is directly from them, that Archwell Production will create original documentaries, movie series, and children's programming for the platform. That's what it says, okay? Now, the problem that we have here is the following. They have this thing that's called Live to Lead, right? That they're going to narrate, because it comes across as though they are the ones who got all these people together with the power that they don't have. And these people gave them these interviews, and this is basically, they produced it. They came up with the idea. They got all these people together, and now they're going to assemble all of this, okay? We have clearly Greta, we have Ruth Bader Ginsburg, the late judge. we have Jacinda Ardern, and I'll get back to her pretty quickly. We have Greta Thunberg, who should be in high school instead of saying the crazy things that she's going around saying it. Gloria Steinem, who I don't even know where to start with her. We have the social justice attorney, Brian Stevenson. We have a South African, and of course, as when you see this, you think that it's Harry and Meghan Markle who put together all these people. Ruth Bader Ginsburg didn't know Meghan Markle existed when this was made, nor probably she heard of Harry. From what we know now, Jacinda, because I actually am going to take the time and read you to this. Jacinda Ardern distances herself from Harry and Meghan. Office for New Zealand Prime Minister says her involvement in a new Netflix show on inspirational leaders was not to do with the Sussexes. And it goes further. And this is where I'm going to question the Mandela Foundation. This is why it's terrible when you get people without scruples exploiting the legacy of somebody who was indeed a humanitarian, who would not have stood for this, because if anything we know about Mr. Nelson Mandela is that he loved the late Queen Elizabeth and her family. He had huge respect for the monarchy. So Nelson Mandela would have not sold this to the Harkles, which is basically what happened. The Mandela Foundation has sold this to Harry and Meghan, because the people who are running right now the Mandela Foundation, in my very humble opinion, have zero scruples. They are just out there to make money. So Jacinda Ardern today issued a statement about her appearance in a new Netflix docuseries presented by Harry and Meghan Markle. Okay? The PM is insisting that she was unaware of the couple's involvement when she agreed to take part. Live to Lead will celebrate inspirational leaders throughout history. This includes Ms. Ardern, who appeared in a trailer released yesterday and leads a country where Charles II is head of state. Okay? Now, I mean, it's gone to the point that this is the actual statement that Ms. Ardern showed. And the reason why this is so serious is the following. It's because she's right now the Prime Minister, and King Charles II is the head of state of New Zealand. So it looks to me that Harry and Meghan are going after people who are part of the Commonwealth to trash the monarchy, to make themselves ingrained in that Commonwealth thing, saying that we are the good part of the Commonwealth, not King Charles, not this, not that. We can get these people to talk to us because we are amazing. I am Meghan Markle, a D-list actress. This is the Prime Minister's of New Zealand's statement. In early March 2019, the Prime Minister was approached by the Mandela Foundation to participate in a project to develop accessible resources on key attributes of leadership targeted at aspiring young leaders around the world based off a 1-hour interview. Originally, we were advised the outputs would be printed in digital books, short films, and audiobooks. The interview was conducted on November 8, 2019. In March 2020, a short book entitled Jacinda Ardern, I know this to be true, that's the name of the book, was published based on the interview. Other participants who also had their contributions published based on their interviews included the late U.S. Supreme Court Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg, the feminist activist Gloria Steinem, the climate campaigner Greta Thunberg. Remember when Harry was tricked? And he's and to saying that the penguins go to this island that doesn't exist. I mean, I should actually get that. And the American basketball player Stephen Curry. In March 2021, the Nelson Mandela Foundation advised the Prime Minister's office they had secured an agreement with Netflix to broadcast the series of interviews, including the 2019 interview with the Prime Minister. In May this year, the Prime Minister's office was notified that the Duke and Duchess of Sussex would introduce the series, noting this was nearly 2.5 years after the interview had been recorded and permission for its use by the Mandela Foundation had already been approved. All communications throughout has been with the foundation. There has been no communications with the Duke and Duchess of Sussex regarding the project. So basically, the Mandela Foundation is using people, because when these people, this is fraud no matter which way you look at it, because they didn't disclose what it was for. And if this was in March 2020, let me see, when was it? In March 2020, didn't Meghan and Harry leave the royal family back then, or fled yeah, I think that they fled. They announced that they were leaving. So they knew back then. There's only two options here. They knew back then, since March 2020 at least, because in March 2020, the Nelson Mandela Foundation approached the Prime Minister of New Zealand to tell her that they sold the Netflix documentary. Something was going to be done with the Netflix platform. And they already knew that it was the Sussexes who were going to be, the Harkles who were going to be the ones introducing it or presenting it. That means that they had already the Archwell Productions in place, or they had had talks with Harry and Meghan Markle to present this documentary, okay, about these very important people. So it does have, to me, all of this is to create chaos. We have South Africa, we have the Mandela Foundation, and we have New Zealand. All Commonwealth countries, because let's not forget that in their liathon, they said that the Commonwealth is an evil nation that needs Harry and Meghan Markle. That's basically what it boils down to, because they don't need white supremacists like the royal family. They need D-list actress Meghan Markle and the asshole Harry, who are tried and true and tested liars, to run the Commonwealth. All these nations, I think it's like 1.2 billion or 2.4 billion people. Yeah. It's not the royal family, the evil royal empire that they need. They need a D-list actress who was so stupid that she didn't know how to bow a curtsy to the Queen, who was so smart and took international I'm sorry, I have to laugh when I do that. International relations, that yet she knew nothing of the British culture, which is actually it's huge topic in international studies at Northwestern University. It's the British Empire, the Spanish Empire, which was stronger than the British Empire, who actually within Europe started slavery 300 years prior to the British Empire, who came late to the party of slavery. And they were the first ones to abolish it, okay? Okay? Like Shalom Lester says, okay? Yeah. So either Harry and Meghan Markle knew that they were leaving way back then, and they were already in talks with Netflix, which again proves that they're liars of the highest order. And they are desperate to portray themselves as the saviors of the Commonwealth against this evil white supremacist family. Answer this for me, please, because I don't know how to. I mean, and the Mandela Foundation, it's and this is why you have to be careful what you sign yourself off to, because clearly when the Prime Minister, I'm sure the judge, the late judge, would not want her legacy tarnished by people or be associated in any shape or form with the likes of Harry and Meghan Markle. The problem is that she's dead. She can't defend herself. And she signed in good faith and gave an interview in good faith for a certain purpose to the Mandela Foundation. And the Mandela Foundation has turned around and sold it to Harry and Meghan Markle, to Netflix and Meghan Markle, who have acquired the rights because now they're executive producers. So they're earning cash from that, while trying to sell that they were not. If you look at it, it seems like they are the ones who produced it. And the name Live to Lead, that is the most stupid things that I've ever heard in my life. Now, I'm going to talk about something else. There's some moments in life that you overshoot yourself in what you do. One of those moments was screwing around with Shalom Lester. I'll tell you why, Meghan Markle. And this is for you because I know you watch my videos, and I'll tell you guys why. I got a letter of cease and desist from a lawyer in the United States telling me to cease and desist doing my videos because I was slandering and defaming, and they're going to sue me. Sue me. These are all my thoughts and opinions. And in order for them to sue me, they would have to prove that they're telling the truth. And Harry and Meghan Markle do not know the truth if it bit them in the ass over and over and over and over again. Now, you don't screw around with a woman that was the former editor of Star magazine, a magazine of which Meghan Markle was a source and used to pay to write articles about her. Shalom Lester has been really outspoken about it in public because, and this is a woman who knows her way around the law. The reason why she speaks and says these things is because she can, and she saw them happen. She saw Meghan Markle's driver's license say Caucasian. She saw Meghan Markle was a source because, of course, she knew about it because she was the editor-in-chief of Star magazine, the U.S. tabloid magazine. And she says that, it was a leaky ship when Meghan Markle joined the royal family because or when she was dating Harry, because she was the one selling all this info. And she says it in public, and she says it with authority. Like she said, no, and they've used her clips to be the face of all evil, associate her with the Proud Boys and I don't know what else, with these white supremacists, and that she pretty much, when they talk about death threats, and this Bozy idiot, thank you. I know many people have been talking to Sha about Bozy, but I never really paid attention. But this Bozy idiot compare us, YouTubers and influencers, to trolls. A troll, like Shalom Lester says, is somebody without a face, like many of the people who leave me comments or death threats, because you guys know that very early on when I started this channel, I got death threats. I even knew where my son was, and they published that, and I had to get the UK Met Police involved and the Norwegian police because I was in Norway at the time. Okay, so Meghan Markle feels unsafe, was surrounded by bodyguards. I had nobody. I have nobody. And I wasn't trashing or lying or slandering anybody. I was just asking questions and calling her out and all the lies that she has been telling very publicly, which tarnish an institution that represents me. So a moment I believe that they're going to regret to have done is shown Shalom Lester, because as Shalom said, nobody approached my managers or me for comment. And this Bozy guy, she basically tears him apart, because to be a troll, you have to be hiding. You don't give your name. Guys, you see my face. You know my name. I talk about myself, my situation. I posted articles about myself. The same thing for Pete Dina. We're not hiding. You see our faces. And and Shalom Lester is right. We're supposed to be 83 accounts. Unfortunately, mine is one of them, very little at the bottom, but still. And why are they worried? Is it because, as Shalom Lester says, we all individually we have individuals who are, we have put our thinking caps on and say, wait a minute, I smell bullshit here. And we call her out and she doesn't like it. And we call out Harry and he doesn't like it. So this is a moment they're going to live to regret. You know how live to lead? This is live to regret. That's what their documentary is going to be called when they're in court with Shalom Lester. And because Shalom Lester is writing a legal letter. As she said, I posted some of the other thing, her YouTube video. And you can see that she's saying, that's the first thing it's going to be saying in my legal letter. And that's a letter that is sent prior to a lawsuit. Okay, because Shalom can call Meghan out and she can show receipts, and Meghan will be very uncomfortable about people knowing. And she just messed with her market, because so far she had attacked people out in the UK. She had been careful not to attack anybody in the US. Now she can't hide behind we told our story, but how it was put together, it has nothing to do with us. That doesn't cut it, because they're executive producers and it's Archwell Productions who produced the thing. And who owns Archwell Productions is Meghan Markle. So she can say, oh, I don't know. No, that doesn't cut it. Now, I don't know about many of you, but when you're dating somebody and you want the relationship and the relationship, you know that for a female or male, the moment you get introduced to the family, it's a big moment, no matter who you are. You know, like you're going to meet mom and pop and, you know, the family, you stand up a little bit straighter. You do yourself a little bit better to cause the first good, intention. If you want to be serious with the guy, or if the guy wants to be serious with the girl, you present yourself in the best possible manner. You say, oh, my mom does this, my father does that, X, Y, and Z. And this is just us common folk. Now, this is a woman who is supposed to have a degree with 2 double majors, one of which doesn't exist, international relations, but let's say it's in international studies. And I actually am going to leave, I am going to leave a link, and I urge you, it's from the Northwestern University International Studies career. Okay? You will see how difficult and detailed in history this thing is. That had Meghan Markle taken that, she would have known pretty much everything about the royal family. We also know that she lied because she was given a dossier with 30 points with experts' names and telephones on it at her beck and call. We also know that prior to leaving the United States to go to the United Kingdom, she took a 2-hour etiquette course in Pasadena. So we know all this bullshit. But here she is, this woman who is trying throughout the entire parliamentary say that she's smart, but she didn't know anything about the Queen, and Harry didn't tell her. So throughout this entire thing, Harry comes as an idiot, inept guy who fed. It's not that she was fed to the wolves, it's that Harry fed her to the wolves. Because Harry did not prepare her. Harry did not give her support when she was going through struggles. This is going to be the headline for the divorce. Harry fed me to the wolves. That's what's going to be. Because in all of this, what comes out loud and clear is that Harry did not support Meghan Markle when she was going to kill herself. when she was, she didn't prepare her for royal life. Nothing. So the one who, and he didn't protect her, because let's say, I thought Harry was going to protect me. And of course he failed. So who fed her to the wolves? Who lied to her? It's Harry. Harry fed Meghan Markle to the wolves. By not preparing her, by not protecting her, by not providing assistance for her mental health being, by not taking her to a doctor. So what Meghan Markle is trying to do, she's trying to turn Harry into Prince Charles, into heartless Prince Charles. Because if you remember Princess Diana's main gripe was that she did not get any support from Prince Charles as a husband, for her mental well-being, during her pregnancy. And that is what Meghan Markle is setting him up for. So it's not that the royal family fed her to the wolves, because the royal family did everything they could. It's that Harry failed you as a husband, as a man, and as a human being. I mean, what do you guys think? Now, because that's all it comes down to. So this live to lead to me, what comes out of is more deception, more of everything. And at what point is the royal family going to do that? Not the royal family, the monarchy. And at this point, I urge Parliament to interfere. This is why Parliament is trying to pass that bill of titles, removal of titles, for the simple reason that Charles has said that he will refuse to remove the titles of 2 individuals that now, with this thing, are trying to put out a narrative that they are the good thing for the Commonwealth and the royal family is bad for the Commonwealth, which creates tension and discourages other countries. It creates tensions between the actual current Commonwealth nations, and it discourages other people from joining. Yes, Harry is a traitor. That is the definition of felony treason, when you do acts that hinder the good governance of the monarch or parliament and who attract enemies to the nation or create chaos to the point that, it creates problems for the nation. That is felony treason. But King Charles II, is refusing to do, no, we're going to invite them to the coronation. And let's see if they come. Of course they're going to come because they want to give them more content. So this is why Parliament has to get involved, because at least Parliament prior, when Churchill, I think that the last time Parliament actually held the royal family accountable, because you see, Parliament is there to preserve the respectability of the monarchy, to keep it credible, honest, because reputation is the coin of the monarchy. With bad reputation, nobody wants to be around you if you have a bad rep. And forget that racism thing. Instead of them standing up, because if you know you're not doing anything wrong, then you stand up. No, this is not about race. Meghan Markle lied. Meghan Markle bullied. Harry and Meghan Markle are lying. They're swift to react when it's the employees and to punish them severely and shame them and do the walk of shame. Because what happened to Lady Susan Hussey was the equivalent of what Jeremy Clarkson said. That he said that Meghan Markle should do the walk of shame. You remember that scene in the Game of Thrones when the queen is made to walk through the street, they throw stones naked? That's what Jeremy Clarkson meant to. Why are people making a big deal? And Jeremy Clarkson, why did you apologize? But so basically, they did the equivalent of the walk of shame. This is what Marlene Headley did to Lady Susan Hussey, with the blessing of Buckingham Palace. I mean, you tell me, Parliament has to get involved now, because clearly the current royal family, the current head of the monarchy I don't believe he's ever had a good moral compass. And that is the issue with it. The Queen, God bless her soul, and it's too bad she didn't live longer. What had the moral compass? She could throw stones into glass houses because her home was made of titanium. This lady was impeccable. Oh my God. I mean, the Queen, I could go on. You have millions of people queuing to see her, to pay their respects for a reason. So in all of this, I'm going to close up. If we, as regular folk, when we're about to introduce our fiancé or girlfriend, boyfriend to our family, we tell them, our father and this and that. Are you telling me that Harry did not tell Meghan Markle, you have to do this, or this is my mom, my grandmother, whatever, the equivalent, she took care of me, and Meghan knew everything. But now she's pretending to be cute when even a 7-year-old in the United States. And what is worse is the American people, the good American people. Because she keeps going on about us Americans, generalizing that everybody's like her. And I can tell you, Americans are not like her. Stupid, idiot people, ignorant people are like her. But most Americans are good, hardworking, decent people. So I look forward to your comments and let me know.